Hello, lovely lovelies. Hello. It's me. Nobody knows me because this is my first time. My name is Witch Ray Bluebird. I am here for to help. I'm not here to be an actor or actress. Just so you know, it was never my intention to. I never thought in 1,000 years that I'd be sitting here talking to a camera or a video or a phone and speaking to the world. But I have found myself here, and I'm drawn to this purpose, and we're gonna go with it. So hopefully you guys are gonna love it. I found, after I've done several videos, that I think I might just like it more than I thought I was going to, especially after this first video, because I'm doing the introduction of myself, so I'm not a real bubbly, peppy, jolly. I'm jolly, but I don't behave that way. So I don't get deterred from my monotone kind of voice and me not maybe smiling and being animated enough. Just stick with me, please. So I'm here because of to kind of honor the start of 2020. Excuse me. This is a big time right now. That's why I am so drawn to doing this. It's like nothing is gonna stop me. 2020, we're starting a new decade, and there are going to be a lot of big changes that take place. So I want to be here for those who aren't aware of those changes, may question them, may need some help identifying with certain things. Let me tell you where I'm coming from. I got here from my own experience, which has been over the past 2.5, 3 years. I have been in self-discovery zone, a place that I didn't know existed. I didn't choose to go there. It just happened. I had, for lack of a better term, an awakening. I mean, it's just the word you have to use. I think probably the end of 2017. And since then, it's my thing anyway. Since then, it's, my interest is behavior, human behavior, astrology, numerology. It's coincidental that I have an interest in it all, but yet it also what's what I'm looking for? What's the word? I can't think of it. It's what got it. It's what. Oh dear me, oh my! It propelled me into what I've learned. So not only did I discover a topic or topics or a place where I want to be and study and love, but it also, what that is, also brought me to a great place in my life. So I went through a transformation which has it's transformed me. It's basically, I'm the same person. I've just learned to do things in different ways, and it's not easy and blah blah. I don't think it's important for me to go into detail with that. What may be more important is just to tell you how I can help you. And again, this was all discovered on my journey of learning of who I truly am. I discovered my mission in life. So that's how I got here. I kind of want to help others. I mean, there's a lot of different ways, but that's one way maybe. So, excuse me. I hope I'm not like boring. I'm stalling. I'm not real good with technology, the computer, the phone. I don't even know how to get this video up, but I'll figure it out. So anyway, hi. We're gonna have fun here. I think once I get past this introduction, hopefully things will flow better and I won't have to prove myself to you guys. Hopefully you'll like me and we can have a good time here. So there's huge changes coming. There's huge changes on the horizon that some may or may not be aware of, and that's my biggest focus, is because I don't want the people that don't know it, haven't heard of it, get lost in any way or miss out. Because if you do, I mean, who wants to miss out on the world? I mean, this is big stuff we're talking about the planet. We're talking about needing to all the big we're going to dismantle all of the huge corporations and the way of life as we've known it for a very long time. Somebody said, what was it? Civilization is about to end. That's the bad news. The good news, civilization is, as we know it, is about to end. So that's a big thing. And there's a lot out there that's kind of like in your face, blowing up, you know. It can get confusing, and I think it's going to be a little much, and you're not going to know which way to go, and that's why I'm here. This is my thoughts. As big of changes as may take place, what it's coming down to is we're breaking down and going back to simplicity, and that to me that's who I am. So I was a little lost in the world as it was, you know, the day-to-day grind and the 9 to 5 and the, you know, programming of this is how we have to do things, and that all never made sense to me. So now that it's going to change in a direction that I happen to feel very passionate about, and it's who I am through and through, I can jump in and I can share. So as far as the changes go, you know, you may have heard and again, I see this everywhere. Perhaps it's because I'm looking into these type of subjects, the metaphysical studies, spirituality, like I said, all of that. So maybe I am just being exposed to this explosion of new ideas, new programs that I think are going to become, as time goes on, more wider known, and I just don't want it to get confusing. So things like, perhaps you've heard, you know, sign up, learn how to transform your genetic heritage, or sign up for fulfilling lives, to transform yourself, to revitalize your spirit, open portals to the new world that exists series. Um, you know, a new therapy for success with depression. Discover your psychic self. Um, you know, oh right, do not choose the lesser life, blah 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 blah. Again, if you haven't even touched on any of this, it's going to be all too much. So we're going to break it down here. We're going to talk about it, and we're going to understand it. What it comes down to is we've all been so programmed and conditioned to go about life in such a way that was taught to us, where, you know, you go out, you go out, you work hard, you make a lot of money, you have to go out and fight for it and get it, and bring it in, and if you don't, for, you know, if you're not able to do that, somehow you failed, and it's really not that way. And that's where it's going to change, even though I believe it's never been that way. So yeah, the big corporations, it's going to affect a lot of areas in your life. So, you know, medicine, business, everything. Big changes, and I'm not going to get into the details. Astrologically, there's a lot of good information, so if you are interested in learning more, learn about the astrological effects of this transit, because it's fascinating. We're going through cycles that have not taken place in hundreds of years. So that's a little off topic. So let's not get complicated. So we've talked about the change. I think there's one good way to start with that. First, I'm going to tell you why you should listen to me. Who am I? Why do I know? Why should you believe me? So what I've learned, you know, and this is just something that has, over the time that I've been learning and studying myself, it's been brought to my attention, but it's something that I've been doing it my whole life. It's the person that I've been my whole life. I just didn't see it as what it could be. And so basically, interacting with the world, I you know, taking notice of everything, connecting with nature and animals and just the air and the universe. So within me, it seems I'm able to inspire others to succeed. Also, I don't know if I want to label it, but so I have this ability to instinctively know how people are feeling, or what they need, or you know, in certain situations, certain different dynamics with people. Everybody understands things differently and needs things to be explained to them from their perspective. You know, not everybody understands the same thing the same way. So for some reason, I'm very good at being able to break that up and see who needs what way, and then bring people together that way. I also I engage in deep thought, understanding, and like I said, I can balance, you know, two sides of the story, different perspectives. I'm very open-minded. I'm trustworthy, conscientious, and I'm accepting. I want to help everybody the best I can, make it as comfortable for everybody that I'm around. I take in the energies and the feelings of what's around me in a big way. So, take advantage of me. That's what I'm here for. Take advantage of me. So, okay, big changes. I mentioned some things that you may have been hearing that might be overwhelming, confusing, and a lot of times people hear things that are new, and they new can be scary. It's unknown, so it's a normal thing to be like, oh, what is that coming in? But I'm gonna push that away because I don't know what that is, and it sounds weird, and I'm just gonna stick with my day-to-day because that's what I know and it's easier. Get out of that day-to-day because the day-to-day is gonna go away. Um, you know, you could take the stop and smell the roses, but times that by like 10. We're gonna not only stop and smell the roses, but we're gonna stay there, hang out for the afternoon, watch and enjoy nature, the sunshine, everything around us, the birds, the animals. We're going to take notice of the things that are bring us together. That we all we're all one. We're all one in this universe. We connect together vibrationally, and we need to take notice of that and go towards that more. So I think a good way to start with this process for everybody is to be able to identify who you are and understand how to identify who you are. Are you still identifying with your accomplishments, what you've done, how much money you have, all the materialistic things you have? Because let's hope that everybody knows that that's not how you identify with your being. You want to know who your being is, your strengths, your values, the challenges that you face. Identify with them. Become comfortable with them. Work on things that you think you may want to work on, that you find you have a hard time doing. It's not a bad thing to jump into those shadow areas where we don't look at because they're there and we need to work through them in order to move on. So, for our, it's going to be vital to our existence from here on forward to know who you are and to be able to identify with yourself. So I think everybody could probably just take that and do that, answer that question or think about it. How are you feeling? Have you heard of any changes? How do you feel about it? Do you see other people? How do you notice other people? That's something to look at. And then there's other areas that we'll get into that are interesting. This is kind of just like baseline. And one other thing that I want to do that I think is really cool, and maybe this is going too long, I don't know, but on my page, on my YouTube channel, which there's nothing, I told you, because I'm not able to get a video up yet, but I did do one little video that is not, it's just pictures and text, but there's two shots of this beautiful, beautiful bluebird. And there's one of it in flight, which is absolutely stunning. But there's a one where he's still, and the video goes too fast. Again, I didn't know, it was my first time doing it, so that it goes too quick. You can barely see it. You can barely see what the words are. I'll get better. But you can get a still shot of this bluebird, okay? And all I want you to do is look at the bluebird. Can you take 5 minutes out of your day? Do you? I mean, is it more often that the bluebird sees you or that you see the bluebird? Just stop for a second. Look at that bluebird and tell me what you think in the comments below. Just comment. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you think as far as identifying with yourself, and then bring that to that same idea, identifying with yourself, to be able to, or to see if you're able to, or you know, that might even be the challenge, is the process of figuring out how to answer that. And then the second part is the bluebird. You know, look at the bluebird and just feel it, sense it, and just comment below, word or two, 3, 4 paragraphs. I don't care, but I think we'll have a good time with this. Just, I'm not going to tell you what I think of the still shot of the bluebird until I hear what you guys think, okay? I hope you've understood my first introduction video. I hope that you will stick around. Once I get to know you and you get to know me, it'll get a lot easier. So give me a chance, please. I do believe that this is it. This is supposed to happen here. So help me along. Comment, like, subscribe, and I will see y'all soon. Thank you so much. I love you.